Well, my name is Ricardo. My wife Sandy. We've been married 21 years. We married in Vida Abundante Church in Cicero.
And tell us how you met.
We met through the radio station La Línea del Amor
105.1.
in 1997. I believe
Before
it's,
the internet.
yes, before internet, and there was only pagers throughout.
And what happened on your first date?
Well, the first day, well, there was few appointments that we had to make. My wife canceled a couple appointments. Even that second appointment, because she said one of the kids hit his head or something. The other one, I
Some
say,
excuse,
yeah, no. She said I'm sorry, I had to cancel, but my kid, I had to take it to the emergency room because he banged his head to the door. That's what she told me. And that was already the second time, and I was like, I said, well, I'll meet you in the emergency room.
Wow.
That's what I said.
And in my mind, a mom of 3 children, because we're a blended family, I said, I don't know this guy. He could be a crazy man and go to the hospital and kill us. I don't know who you are. Never seen you before in my life.
Wow, and you didn't give up. And she tried to cancel a third time,
The
right?
third time, yes. She said that everybody has the flu, and I was like, okay. So, but she decided to go. And we met in by First Avenue in Maywood, and then we went to Lalo's to eat. Lalo's in Oak Park. That's not there anymore, but that's where we went the first time.
And how was that dinner, Sandy?
Yeah, we did good. We just needed help from the waitress to translate for us because at that time I didn't speak Spanish. I learned Spanish with my husband. So he didn't speak English, I didn't speak Spanish. So our waitress was not only our waitress, she was also our translator.
So it was a tough start, but you finally dated. There was
Yes.
chemistry. You fall in love. After a
Yes.
couple of years, you get married, right?
Yes. We got married 2 years later.
So what was the problems that came up for you when you got married?
There was just so many problems, but the biggest one I would have to say would definitely be the financial problems that we had. Because Ricardo was the saver and I was the spender.
And why do you think you were a spender?
Well, I was an orphan as a young child, so I think I was just trying to fill that void. Well, I don't think I know at that point I was trying to fill a void that was not met in my childhood. And I thought spending or buying unnecessary items would just fulfill some sort of emptiness inside of me.
Wow, you were an orphan and you lived in an orphanage, right?
I did for
how
7
long?
years.
Wow, 7 years.
7
okay.
years, yeah. Had the same clothes when I got there and when I left.
Wow,
It was a very tough time, very difficult time.
a lot of trauma. So that
A lot
was
of trauma, yes.
that really affected the way you viewed money and
Yes.
possessions, and
Yes.
and you'd been a single mom. And Ricardo, how was it for you getting married and seeing all these things being bought left and right that you couldn't control?
Well, I was like, well, we were Christians. We were going to church, but it's still, we were not fully committed in the church. And but for the grace of God, they helped us to. We went to arguments and disagreement most of the time when we had the financial problems, but we get through. I tried to take control over the payments, and then that helped us a little bit in our marriage.
Yeah, did you get angry sometimes?
Oh, yes. I was angry, yelling, and I believe I was losing control.
And then I know there was an illness that really changed things for you guys.
Yeah. We were 13 years married, and Ricardo was getting a business, and then I was diagnosed with COPD at 32 years old. And by the time I was 33, I was fully incapacitated, bedridden, on oxygen 24 hours a day, steroids probably 9 months out of a year. So I was very sick. I wasn't able to talk. I couldn't have a conversation. I needed help with just basic care, like taking a shower, going to the restroom, just getting dressed. I needed a caregiver to take care of me.
So hard. And how did that change you spiritually in your relationship with God?
I feel like at that time the Lord was just drawing me closer to Him. I felt at that time like I was the lady that was just wanting to touch the hem of Jesus' garment to be healed, and I just remember on the last Christmas before the Lord healed me, I remember just praying to God. I said, God, just take me home. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm tired of being sick. I'm tired of not being able to breathe. I'm tired of somebody else having to bathe me and take care of me, brush my teeth. I'm just tired. I don't want this anymore. This is not living. I don't know what the purpose or what the reason of this is, but I just want to go home. I want to go to heaven. And I had already told my children goodbye. I told my husband to go ahead and be happy and get married. And I was already searching for his future wife. And he's like, I don't like her. We found out in 2014, the day after our little son's birthday, that we were going to be grandparents. And that was a turning point. So my prayers went from God, take me home, to Daddy, I need you to heal me. I need to be better. She's going to be born in 9 months and I can't be sick when she's here. I got to be able to hold her. So my prayers like completely changed. And I felt at that time that me reaching for the hem of Jesus' garment, I felt like He was healing me completely. And it was a long process. It was about a 2 or 3 year process of healing. That it didn't happen overnight. It was going to breathing doctors. It was going to find a therapist to come to the house to help me, to teach me how to breathe again, teach me how to talk. I even had to learn social skills again because I was in bed for so long. I wasn't able to speak, so I had to learn a lot of things all over again. It was a very
That's amazing. What a
hard
long,
time.
awful trial. Thank God you're better. And
Amen.
You guys stayed together. And
Yes.
Ricardo, what would you say to someone who has a spouse that's sick or needs extra care?
Well, to be patient and try to be closer to God. That will help you to overcome too many problems that you get in through marriage. And once you get closer to God, it helps you tremendously to overcome many things. That's what I see. I've been going to, since I found new life, I've been going, I like this church because they have too many groups. Well, I'm going to CR because I noticed that I have problem with control and anger. And that helped me a lot through the last 2-3 years. And it's also would be in Fusion. Me and my wife, we started like almost 3 years, right?
Yeah, 3 years.
With Fusion, and we love it. I mean, it has helped us in our marriage tremendously.
You guys have overcome a lot of trials, a lot of hard times. And getting back to money, what changed with the way you handle money?
I believe it's once we'll give it to God and also try to do the 80-10-10, the 80% to living, 10% to save, and the 10% to give to God, to give it to the Lord. Or try to help or donate something to help another association or whatever. But most of the time what we do in Christmas time, we donate to kids. Last year we donate to the kids, and I don't remember
Center.
what program was, but we donate. And that's what we try to do every year.
Beautiful. And then how do you make decisions if one of you wants to buy something that's bigger or make a big decision? How do you decide that together?
Well, we talk. If it's going to be a big decision, big spending, we talk. If it's something small, it's no bigger problem. But
we'll
most of the
let
time,
the other one know.
Yes.
Like, we still talk about it, even if it's 20. Hey, I gave $20 to so and so. We'll still talk about it, but later. Like, I bought a couple of girls some shirts here, not here, from Amazon, and they came to the house, and I forgot some, I don't know, $6, whatever. And they came to the house. He's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, I bought shirts for some girls at church." So I mean, we'll talk about it eventually.
And finally, let me ask, what would you tell a couple that is still arguing about money? They have a lot of stress, anger, anxiety. What's one of the first things they could do to find peace in their finances?
I'd say first of all, you need to pray about it. You need to talk. You need to sit down and pray together. Pray as a couple. Pray for one another, because you don't know what your spouse has gone through. Maybe it's something sensitive, something emotional that they're not ready to discuss. So they need to pray about it, that their hearts are softened and their eyes are open and able to discuss. And there's transparency above all things before Christ, and just talk about it, and don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed, because the enemy wants us to live in shame.
Yeah, I used to, and my thinking of what I see, God have helped us in financial situation a lot. And I don't know, it's because I really followed the steps and try to give my 10%. But since I've been connected to God and try to help the most I can, I'll be, like it said in the Bible, I don't remember the verse, but if you give to others or help others, God will always give you back even more than you give back. Mm-hmm. That's what I have. I have find it, and that's what we thank God have blessed us a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ricardo and Sandy, you have an amazing story. Mm-hmm. You are a resilient couple. We're glad you're part of this family. God bless. Mm-hmm. Thanks for sharing your story.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.